glove boots.
Alright, so in Injustice Mobile, Survivor Mode has always been one of the biggest ways to grind out resources and test out different team builds. But honestly, what makes Survivor Mode really stand out are the exclusive gear sets you get from it. Now, here's the thing, not all of these gear sets are equal. Some of them sounds good on paper but don't really hold up in fights, while others are completely different and flip the game in your favor with insane life drain, crit boosts, or passive effects that just make your team unkillable. So today, I'm going to be ranking all 4 Survivor gear sets from worst to best. I'll go through each piece of gear, talk about the synergies, and explain why they rank where they do, with examples of how they actually work in real matches. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which sets are worth chasing and which ones you should leave on the shelf. But before we begin, remember to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so be sure if you haven't already to hit that red button down below and like and comment below what's your favorite part of today's video. And with that being said, let's get into it. Still spending hours grinding Injustice Mobile just to unlock a few characters? It's time to start wasting your time and start dominating. At InjusticeMobileMods.shop, we make it simple. Get the characters, power credits, and gear you need, all at the lowest prices with same-day delivery guaranteed. No waiting, no risky sellers, just fast, safe, and reliable service trusted by thousands of Injustice Mobile players. We've helped build players stack rosters, unlock rare elites, and leveled up their accounts without the grind. Need support? We've got real people ready to help you. Need it fast? Most orders are delivered the same day. So if you're ready to skip the hassle and jump straight into the action, visit InjusticeMobileMods.shop now. Power up your team and start winning today. Link in the description below. Alright, so starting off our ranking at number 4 is the Companion set. Now, I know some of you are thinking, why is this set even on the list? And honestly, it's because while it's fun and has some unique effects, it just doesn't stack up compared to other Survivor sets. The pieces don't really synergize, which means you don't get any extra bonuses for running all 3 together. Okay, now let's break it down. First off, each set in the game contains 3 gear pieces. So the first gear piece that this set contains is the Diablo Companion card. This one gives a fire shield that reflects 40% damage over time whenever an opponent hits you with a special. Sounds cool, right? But here's the thing, it's super situational. Most fights don't revolve around your opponent constantly spamming specials, so this effect doesn't trigger as often as you'd like. There's also a 15% chance to apply dot when taking crit damage, but again, it's inconsistent. Still, if you like punishing that one annoying enemy who spams specials, this card has its moments. Up next is the Enchantress Companion card. Now this is the fun one. Every time you hit a special, flying skulls appear and deal extra damage while draining 20% of the opponent's health per skull. And if you're running multiple Suicide Squad teammates, it gets even crazier because you spawn more skulls. It's like a mini hailstorm effect, which can turn small trades into advantages, but it's far from game breaking. And the last piece of the gear set is the Killer Cat Companion card, the defensive anchor of the set. It gives 20% damage reduction from basic attacks, 30% from specials, and even extra dot resistance when used on Suicide Squad members. It's solid and helps you survive longer, but it doesn't make the whole set shine. Basically, the Companion set is like that one friend who's fun at parties but doesn't really contribute to the team strategy. It has situational uses, especially with suicide teams, but overall it lacks synergy and falls short compared to the other sets. That's why it sits at the bottom of our Survivor gear ranking. By the way, if you really want to experiment with this set, run Enchantress with at least one Suicide Squad teammate for extra skulls. It's a little fun trick that can catch opponents off guard. At the number 3 spot, we've got the League of Assassins set. This one has been a fan favorite for years, and honestly, it's easy to see why. It's explosive, it's flashy, and it's built for players who love going on the offensive. The real star here is the Adept Knives. With 30% power generation, a 40% damage boost to Special 1, and the fact that Special 1 hits the entire team for 50% damage, this gear alone can completely change a fight. If your opponent has weak bench characters, the knife can take them out before they can even tag in. And the Adept Hood even adds more offensive power. 50% crit chance and 50% crit damage boost to make your basic attacks hit harder, plus a 40% chance to disable enemy specials whenever you land a special 1. That little bit of disruption goes a long way when you're trying to control the flow of a match. Then you've got the Adept's Blade, which is more utility than raw damage, but it's still solid. 30% boost to basic attack damage, life drain on combo enders, and a touch of extra dot on specials. Nothing crazy, but it rounds out the set nicely. The real sauce though is in the set bonuses. If you equip 2 pieces, you get to steal 35% of the opponent's power if they tag out within 12 seconds of you tagging in. If you've got the full set, you also get a damage boost on top of that. Basically, this set punishes your opponents just for switching characters, which can completely fit the momentum in your favor. The LOA set is fun, flashy, and powerful, no doubt about it, but compared to the top 2 sets, it doesn't have much in terms of defense or healing. If you're aggressive, this set will make you feel unstoppable, but if you're up against heavy hitters or sustain damage, you'll feel that lack of survivability. That's why it lands at the number 3 spot. Dangerous, explosive, and still one of the best sets in the game, but not quite as well rounded as what's ahead. Now at number 2, we've got the Fourth World Godly set, and this one is all about survivability and staying power. If the League of Assassins set is built for explosive offense, then the Fourth World set is the opposite. It's built to keep you alive, frustrate the opponent, and give you second chances. Now let's check out the pieces. First off, the Fourth World Godly helmet has a solid balance between offense and utility. You get an 18% power generation boost, 25% more damage blocked, and a 25% chance to stun the opponent when you tag in. The tag in stun chance can completely swing momentum if it lands, and it sets up easy combos. Now the Fourth World Godly chestplate. This one is the pure tank gear. It gives you a 40% health boost, a 30% chance to reflect some special damage while blocking, and a 20% chance to take no damage at all from special attacks. In survivor mode where fights can drag on, this card alone can keep you in the game way longer than expected. And last, the Fourth World Godly mace, the offensive piece of the set. It makes special 2 even scarier with a 100% area effect, meaning the whole team takes 15% damage whenever you use special 2. You also get a 25% boost to special 2 damage and a 20% chance to drain power on special 2. So while this set leans defensive, the mace makes sure you're not just sitting back. Now, the real reason why the set ranks so high is the synergies. With 2 out of the 3 equipped with gear pieces on a single character, your special 1 will regenerate 50% health over 30 seconds, and it's on a short cooldown of 5 seconds. That's insane sustainability. And with the full set on a single character, if you get KO'd, your character can revive with 31% health. In a mode like Survivor, that's basically a second life, and it can straight up win you runs. The Fourth World Godly set is the definition of longevity and safety. It gives you regeneration, revive potential, and just enough offensive kick to stay threatening. It doesn't dish out damage as explosively as League of Assassins, and it doesn't offer the same insane sustain and punish mechanisms as LexCorp, but it's the set you want when you need consistency and endurance in long survivor runs, and that's why it lands at number 2. While it doesn't completely break the game like LexCorp, it makes you incredibly hard to put down, and in survivor mode, that's half the battle. And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our survivor gear ranking is the LexCorp set. If you want to dominate fights, control the pace, punish your opponents in every way possible, this is the set to run. Honestly, this one is just insane. Every piece has huge utility and the synergies are next level. Now let's break it down. Starting off with the LexCorp helmet, this one is all about defense and crits. Blocking stops 40% more damage, meaning you can survive even against the heaviest hitters. On top of that, it gives a 50% crit damage boost, so your critical attacks hit like a truck. And on top of it, it adds a 6% damage over time on all special attacks, slowly chipping away at your opponent while focused on landing combos. This helmet alone makes your character both tanky and dangerous. Now, the Fourth World Godly chestplate. This one is the pure tank gear. It gives you a 40% health boost, a 30% chance to reflect some special damage while blocking, and a 20% chance to take no damage at all from special attacks. In survivor mode where fights can drag on, this card alone can keep you in the game way longer than expected. And last is the LexCorp gauntlets. These bring versatility and some of the set's most insane synergies. On tagging, there's a 30% stun chance on your opponent immediately. You also get a 40% crit chance on special 1 and a 60% chance to regenerate 20% health over 5 seconds from your special 1. That cooldown resets every 5 seconds. That's literally a nerfed version of one of the synergies of the Fourth World set on a single gear piece. Now, the synergies are what put this set above everything else. With 2 out of the 3 pieces of this set on a single character, if your opponent tries to power drain you, 69% of the power drained is given back to you instead. Imagine the advantage, you're basically turning their own attacks against them. This ability can counter major threats such as Batman, Ninja, Catwoman, Nightwing, Black Adam, and so many other characters that does power drain. And with all 3 pieces equipped on a single character, you deal 1.5% of base damage per second to your opponent, continuously adding consistent chip damage while you control the fight. The less corp set isn't just about raw numbers, it's about control, sustainability, and overwhelming pressure. It punishes opponents for tagging out, landing specials, or even just existing on the battlefield. Combined with insane crits, life drain, and dot effects, it's a nightmare to fight against. By the way, pro tip, tagging with the gauntlets first whenever possible to activate that stun chance, follow up with a special 1 to regen and crit, and use special 2 from the chest armor to drain health. This set rewards aggressive, calculated plays while making you nearly unkillable. In short, the Let's Corp set is hands down the best survivor gear in the game right now, number 1 for a reason, and it will completely change how you approach fights. And that pretty much wraps it up for all the survivor gear sets in Injustice Mobile. Each one has its strength, each one has its weaknesses, but at the end of the day, what really matters is how you use them in your teams. Survivor mode is tough, and the right gear can be the difference between barely surviving and completely dominating your run. For me, Let's Corp just takes the crown because it does everything. Sustain, damage, control, it's the complete package. But whether you're running LOA for the crazy offense, Fourth World for the survivability, or even experimenting with the companion just for fun, the important thing is that these sets give us different ways to approach the game. So yeah, that's the list. Thanks for sticking around till the end. I hope this breakdown helps you get more out of survivor mode, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Okay, if you've made it this far into the video, I am going to be doing giveaways every Saturday from now on, and all you gotta do to enter this giveaway is like the video, subscribe, and comment below Glock40. Then message me on Instagram, which is Glockimus, type GLOCKIMUS on Instagram. Send me proof or screenshots or whatever of the proof that you've done all the steps in the video, and that's all you gotta do. I'll pick the winner for the giveaway. The giveaway is $15 in-store credit from the shop, so you can get up to $15 worth of free stuff in the Injustice Mobile shop. And yeah, that's it. If you want to enter the giveaway, do all the steps, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye.